Hi guys, it's Mr. Sean. Did you know that over half the people that watch this channel aren't subscribed yet? Did you also know that subscribing is the best and easiest way to help this channel? Please help me get to my goal this year of 1,000 subscribers. It's just a little click for you, but it means an awful lot to me. Thank you, and enjoy the video.
The topic of lost media is all the rage these days. But while everyone and their brother searches for well-known pieces like Saki Sanabashi, Slamfest 99, and old episodes of Doctor Who, there are hundreds, if not thousands of pieces that no one is looking for. These are those pieces. This is lesser-known lost media. Welcome back to the channel, everybody, and welcome to volume 40 of lesser-known lost media. I can't believe we've done 40 of these things. This is the series that really started to help my channel grow, though these days the Incel Tears videos are putting it to shame. But either way, I know it's a fan favorite, so we're gonna keep doing it. If you're joining us for the first time, well, you've got 39 more to watch after this, so lucky you, but what we do is we cover we start with 4 pieces of lesser-known lost media, we take a brief ad break, and then we end with a 5th spicier piece of lesser-known lost media. Now be sure to stick around for that ad break, because to celebrate 40 episodes of this series, we're going to be doing another giveaway. We had one last week, we had another one this week, and at the time of recording, we're almost at 700 subscribers, so we'll probably be doing a 4th giveaway here in the near future. As another way to celebrate this being our 40th episode, every entry in this episode has been submitted by a fan of the series. Usually we might do one fan suggested piece, but today we're doing 5 of them. So without further ado, let's get to that lost media. Our first piece today was suggested several times by Shamex2 and is Catalina La Katrina, Lost Animated TV Special from 2018. In 2018, Canal 5, a well-known free-to-air television network located in Mexico, introduced La Male a Catalina La Katrina to commemorate the Day of the Dead with younger audiences. In the initial iteration of the character, people could talk to her on a YouTube live stream and help her put together her ofrenda, an arrangement of offerings to the deceased that is always given the 1st and 2nd of November. This would be done again in 2020, and while the 2020 stream is available, the original 2018 one is lost. And that's really all I could find on this. There doesn't seem to be that much about it, but if you know anything about it, please mention so in the comments. Thank you, Shamex2, for your suggestion. This does seem to be a very much a lesser-known piece of lost media. Up next, we have a piece suggested by Simon the Remix Guy, who also is a very frequent commenter on the series, and Simon the Remix Guy has suggested Audrey and Friends, a partially found milkshake animated series from 2002. Now, Audrey and Friends is a British animated TV series created and directed by David Bennett that ran on Channel 5's both Milkshake and Shake blocks from August 3rd to December 27th of 2002. The series' last airing was on December 29th of 2002, and the series revolves around a teenage girl named Audrey with her pet dog named Roundball and her friends Mina and Constance, Stan for short, living in a world of the internet, texting, and medieval love potions. The show was animated, produced, and distributed by Impossible Television. Bennett pitched the show to Channel 5 with a pilot that ended up airing on December 26th of 2000 on the channel's Milkshake blog as a Christmas special. The network then picked it up as a series that lasted for 26 episodes. The show was animated in a mixture of 2D and CGI animation similar to the distributor's other series that aired on the block at the time. After the initial episodes airs, the show ended up getting cancelled with no home media release ever made for it. According to one of the writers of the show, Adam Peters, the show didn't have good ratings in the UK due to the cheap animation and character design that traumatized people. I mean, yeah, looking at the animation, it's crap. I think traumatizing is probably too strong a word. It's not nearly as bad as Angela Anaconda. Also, the fact that the show was made with an extremely low budget. However, the show did have a minor cult following in New Zealand, where the show aired on Prime for several years. As of right now, other than some stills, the pilot, and a partially found VHS copy of the final episode, none of these show's episodes are available to be watched online or elsewhere, which is fantastic for all the people that the show traumatized, but not so great for people living in New Zealand. Anyway, thank you, Simon the Remix Guy, for your suggestion. Up next, we have a suggestion from ManBot8350, which is Don't Worry Kyoko. a lost They Might Be Giants pre-band cover of the Yoko Ono song from the 1970s. They Might Be Giants is an alternative rock band which was formed by John Linnell and John Flansburgh in 1982. The two officially met in high school prior to the official formation of the band while working on the school paper. Over the years, the band gained a cult following and worldwide recognition. The band was still active as of 2021. Now, as to the lost song, around the mid to late 1970s, during the time John Linnell and John Flansburgh were in high school, they had recorded themselves singing a cover of Yoko Ono's Don't Worry Kyoko, Mummy's Only Looking for a Hand in the Snow, Flansburgh's Reel to Reel. It is unknown which year they recorded the cover, but the ages of the two range from 15 to 17. On tmbg.com's FAQ page, it states, "What was the name of the first song you ever recorded? We're not sure. It might have been a version of Yoko Ono's song Don't Worry Kyoko, Mummy's Only Looking for a Hand in the Snow, that we recorded on Flansburgh's Reel to Reel when we were around 15. We sang with faux Rod Serling voices." The two had sung while trying to sound similar to Rod Serling, the narrator of the famous 1950s Twilight Zone TV series. The tape is regarded as one of the first recordings done by the duo before They Might Be Giants had been formed as a band. Now, as to the location of this recording, in 1996, Flansburgh was interviewed by Ice Newsletter. "I found a tape of John and I performing a Yoko Ono song when we were 17 years old. It's pretty amazing in a weird way, but I don't think we're ready to go public with that." As of this current year, it's unknown whether or not he still has the tape in question. In 2020, on Tumblr, Flansburgh said, "It's hard to say if the tape has ever made it through the years. It has not been stored in a completely temperature-controlled environment, and although reel-to-reel tape is often remarkably resilient, surviving 40, 50, 60 years essentially at 100%, some media is not as well made as other, and when I was a kid, I could only afford the cheap stuff." Now, if for some reason you've heard of They Might Be Giants but can't place one of their songs, you probably know their song Istanbul. The band is immensely talented, and it would be fun to see this very first recording they ever did, especially because it sounds like kind of a trippy little piece. But as of today, we don't know where it is or if they even still have it. Hopefully Flansburgh finds it one day, it is in playable condition, and they release it to all their fans. Thank you, Manbot8350, for your suggestion. Up next, we have a suggestion from a name you might also recognize from previous videos. Bouncing Blue Soul 15270 has suggested Only Fools and Horses. Hole in One, lost Leonard Pierce version of British sitcom episode from 1984. Only Fools and Horses is a British sitcom created and written by John Sullivan, featuring David Jason as Derek Delboy Trotter, Nicholas Lyndhurst as his younger brother Rodney, and Leonard Pierce as their granddad. Pierce died in 1984, and his character was replaced by Uncle Albert, played by Buster Merryfield. It was voted Britain's best sitcom in a 2004 BBC poll. Now, Pierce was 66 when he started acting on Only Fools and Horses, and was diagnosed with critical hypertension. He played Grandad from the first series to the third, and production for the fourth series started in 1984. The first episode to be shot was called Hole in One. Pierce had already shot some of the scenes when on December 12th he suffered a heart attack. He was hospitalized and recovered a little. During this time, he was visited by director John Sullivan, which assured him that he would reprise his role as Grandad once he got out. Unfortunately, 3 days later, December 15th of 1984, he suffered a second heart attack and passed away. Sullivan, Jason, and Lyndhurst were reportedly devastated by the news. Sullivan then wrote 2 new episodes, Happy Returns and Strained Relations, in which Grandad passed away and his character was replaced by Uncle Albert. Hole in One was eventually recycled as the third episode of the series, and as such aired on March 7th of 1985. All scenes shot by Pierce were reshot with Merryfield's character instead. The original footage has never been transmitted and is not commercially available. Curiously, the character replacement created some plot holes which are not adequately explained in the episode. Honestly, the thing I find most interesting about this piece is that instead of just scrapping the episode altogether, they reshot some scenes that apparently made some plot holes, which seems pretty sloppy given that this was rated to be Britain's best sitcom. I'd kind of expect more from something that was that well beloved. You'd think they'd be a little bit more professional than that, but I guess waste not, want not, they had already filmed most of an episode. But either way, thank you so much, Bouncing Blue Soul 15270, for your suggestion. Alright guys, it's time to announce the giveaway. Now, as this giveaway will be going live at noon Eastern Standard Time on Saturday, March 9th, you will have until noon Eastern Standard Time on Saturday, March 16th to enter the giveaway, either here in the comments of this video or over on the community page entry post. Now, what are we giving away? Well, as most of you who watch this channel know, again, if you're just joining us, this channel was created as a way for me to do a little free advertising for my custom miniatures business. And one of the things that I do in said custom miniatures business is make spicy miniature repaints. That is, of course, typically a HeroClix miniature of a famous superhero with bits of their costume strategically painted away, so to speak. Now, for this giveaway, I wanted to do a character that represents how much this channel has helped in the speedy growth of this channel. Before my first lesser-known Lost Media video ever aired, I had maybe 30 to 50 subscribers, and I'd been making YouTube videos for over a year. And this series was the first thing to ever blow up on my channel, and is the reason that last year I went from 30-ish subscribers to almost 600, again making the final leap to 600 subscribers in January of this year. And again, at the time of recording this, I'm almost at 700. Our goal for the year is 1,000, and considering it is only March right now, I think we're definitely going to do it. I've had another series that's been blowing up lately, so between that and this one, I definitely think we're going to make our goal this year. But so to represent the speed in which this series has helped the growth of my channel, you are entering to win this custom spicy repaint of the character The Flash from Justice League China. If you would like to see uncensored photos of it, please head over to my subreddit. Links can be found in this video's description, and go to my subreddit r/Chimera Miniatures, where those pictures will be posted. Now, in order to enter to win this figure, just simply put in the comments, "Gotta grow fast," because that is exactly what you, the viewers, have helped this channel do. And again, I'm so happy that we've made it to 40 episodes. I'm so happy at the growth this channel has had thanks to this series, and that's why I'm doing a giveaway, as well as, doing an entire episode of your fan suggestions, because ultimately, I can make as many of these videos as I want. If you all don't come and watch them, then it's never going to go anywhere. So I want to thank you all so much for everything you've done for my channel in the past few years. When I first started this channel, I thought maybe the videos would get a couple of views, maybe I'd sell a few extra minis, but in all honesty, the channel is growing faster than my miniatures business, and that's nuts to me. And again, if this is your first time with us, don't worry, you can still enter the giveaway just like everyone else, but if you watched up to this point and you are enjoying the video, please hit the like button, please leave a comment, and please subscribe. Again, please help us get to 1,000 subscribers, which is our big goal this year. So remember guys, comment "Gotta grow fast" either here or over on the community tab. Hell, you can do both. Just, get yourself a little extra entry there. Doesn't cost anything. And with all that being said, most of you may know what's coming next. For the 40th time, let's get to our 5th and spicy piece of lesser known Lost Media. Alright guys, our spicy piece today was recommended by Butterlicious X Muffin and is Friend Me, a partially found, unaired CBS comedy series from between 2012 to 2013. Now, when Butterlicious X Muffin contacted me about this, they said that it was so obscure that it didn't even have an article on the Lost Media Wiki. Well, Butterlicious X Muffin, I'm happy to tell you that it now does, and that some of this has been found, but let's get into that. There is a trigger warning for this one because it does contain references to self-unaliving. In 2012, CBS ordered the pilot episode of Friend Me, a comedy series focusing on two 20-somethings working at the e-commerce marketplace Groupon. The show was created by Alan Kirshenbaum and AJ Segal. Originally planned to premiere during CBS's mid-season of 2012 to 2013, it was announced that the show was canceled due to the self-deletion of Kirshenbaum, and the pilot episode and any other produced episodes were not aired. Friend Me was planned to be about two best friends, Evan and Rob, moving from Bloomington, Indiana to Los Angeles, California to work for Groupon. The show was to star Christopher Mintz-Plasse as Evan and Nicholas Braun as Rob, with Amanda Lund playing the neighbor Amanda Baxter. Parviz China, Dan Adut, and Steve Talley were also announced as cast members. Despite speculation, in a statement to Forbes, Groupon announced that they had no involvement with the show. In May of 2012, it was announced that the show was picked up as a series for CBS's 2012-2013 mid-season lineup. Now, as to the availability, after it was announced the show was cancelled, the series was not shown on CBS to burn off the remaining episodes. Because of this, neither the pilot nor any of the unspecified amount of episodes that were produced for the show were shown on TV. However, on December 27th of 2022, the pilot episode was uploaded onto the Internet Archive along with hundreds of other TV pilots that were taken from a terminated YouTube channel, TV Tunnel. Unfortunately, the pilot has since been removed from the Internet Archive, but it has since been posted elsewhere on the internet. There is a link to the pilot on the Lost Media Wiki article. I will include that in the video description. It is very unfortunate the circumstances surrounding why this piece became lost, because one, not only does that mean there was a unnecessary loss of human life, but also this series seemed like it could have been something pretty fun. I haven't watched the pilot yet, but just given who is in it and the general premise, I would have been excited to see this show. However, I guess the pilot will just have to do. Thank you, Butterlicious X Muffin, for your suggestion. And that's going to be our show for today, guys. So that means that at this point, this show has officially covered 200 pieces of lesser-known Lost media, and I think that is really cool. I know a couple of the pieces we covered have since been found, or at least partially found, and I really need to go back and look at all of the pieces we've covered over the past year and see what all has been found since that time. That will likely be in a future video, not the next one. That's going to take a little bit more research. Also, those of you who remember, I am still working on putting together the found media iceberg video, but again, that one is kind of slow going because it is taking for freaking ever. But again, I want to thank each and every one of you for helping to make this channel grow by coming and enjoying these videos, passing them around, leaving comments, subscribing to the channel, clicking the like button. Every one of these actions helps with the algorithm and is the entire reason that I now do these videos. You know, it's this channel, while yes, I do still pitch my miniatures from time to time, ultimately this channel is about making content for the fans more so than it is growing my miniatures business as it was originally intended. You know, some of you don't seem to be all that interested in the minis, but you are interested in the videos. And again, to quote Jack Skellington, I might as well give them what they want. Again, one more time, if you haven't done so already, please like, comment, subscribe. It does mean the most. Do consider maybe buying a mini or joining the Patreon or becoming a channel member. And again, I would love to thank my beautiful, wonderful patron. Yes, I am back down to one. That is totally okay. J-Dog, thank you so much for your continued support of the channel as part of the Beta Club. If any of you would also like to have your name shouted out at the end of videos, or just have your name show up in the scrolling list at the end, there are several tiers of both Patreon and of my YouTube memberships that will get you this perk. And if you can't afford to right now, that's okay too. Just be sure to show up to the next video, and of course, you know, share it with your friends. It really does mean the most. Thank you all so much, and until next time, I'm Mr. Sean, this is Chimera Miniature. I hope that all of your lost things become found, and that you alpha great day, and an even beta tomorrow. Bye-bye.